Holla, we them boys. Holla, 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 we making noise. Holla, holla, we them boys.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Welcome to another episode of Cowboys Talk. If you don't follow us already, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Cowboys Talk. Instagram is at Cowboys Talk Podcast.
You don't have Twitter.
Okay.
Don't be telling me lies.
Well, dang. Why don't we have a Twitter? Well, Twitter.
I told you this the other day. I was like, we need Twitter. You're like, I don't think we need Twitter.
This is another open call for a podcast co-host. Well, this week's episode is going to be very depressing and full of rage. We're both equally in a lot of pain from watching this game.
There's pain everywhere.
It's a lot of pain. Going to bring in an expert to tell us exactly how much pain is going on. Jabu, can you chime in, please?
Where was the pain, Jameis?
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere. So we got to keep on pushing through and being resilient.
There's pain everywhere.
You're the man.
He said it best.
God, I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know it was going to be this bad. Like, it was terrible. Terrible.
2 words. Dak Prescott. I told you this before, and I'm telling you again. He is not our franchise quarterback. He is not a franchise quarterback. We lost 12 games before with him, and here we are with losing almost 8 games again. Say bye-bye to another season. Thanks to Dak.
I don't know why. Without Cooper on the field,
He's lost. He has no one.
he turned into a dum-dum. With Coop, superstar. Without Coop, dum-dum. What is it? Like, I don't get it. And yeah, I know he got hurt, but before he was hurt, just straight garbage. Just he is throwing it to coverage. He's throwing it where he doesn't need to be forcing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to force the ball in there and just risking a turnover. And it did happen like so many times. And there were at least 2 more interceptions that should have happened that didn't happen. We got lucky. It's just, I don't know where his head's at. And he didn't play much in preseason. I don't know. Was he just rusted or what? Because I will tell you this, Dak Prescott had the number 1 offense last year. It's just last year. It's not that far away in distant, like, past. It was just last year. We had the number 1 offense. He was neck and neck with Tom Brady last year in that season opener game. In fact, I think he played better than Tom Brady last year. So it's not that he can't play. He just goes dum-dum.
That's your new favorite word.
It is. I use dum-dum a lot. It's just, it's my way of like non-cursing word calling it stupid.
Here's my thing. I mean, I feel really bad for his injury, and he's still holding the team up. He's being a team player. Great guy. But I just don't think he is our quarterback. I'm tired of seeing this happen. And on top of that, let's address the fact that we don't have a decent backup quarterback. Cooper Rush.
I mentioned this last week. I'm going to cue the film, but I mentioned it and I talked about it. We do not have a fail-safe plan. We have not in a long time. Why? When you have a quarterback that just had a season-ending injury just 2 years ago. Last year should have been the time where we went out and got a great backup quarterback to be just in case Dak re-injures himself or something new happens, which it did last year. He had this weird shoulder rotator cuff or something like that, I don't know what it was, but some weird injury that he had. And Nothing. Still, Cooper Rush is our guy. Ben DiNucci is our guy.
Because Jerry wants to
He's a great
keep
ball
it in the team. There's people sitting at home waiting for a phone call.
There's lots of great candidates out there that we go out and get, and everybody has been throwing out the same names too.
Cam
Newton just sitting at home.
Jimmy G, as much
Jimmy
as
G
I
be
would.
great to have if San Francisco lets him go, which I don't think they are.
He's not
There's
a
reason
he's not a
paid
free
him so
elf.
much. No, they paid him so much money to keep him as a backup, and just and seeing how Trey Lance played yesterday didn't look good. It could be, they may need to pull him out and put Jimmy D back in there, which is probably why they're still holding.
That's
on
why
to
they
him.
are. Shall I utter the 2 words? Colin Kaepernick.
Why not? I would love to bring in Colin Kaepernick at this point. Shit. I think it'd be better than whatever Cooper Rush can do. But here's the thing. Yeah, Cooper Rush did win one game, and he had a good game last year in his first start.
But that was because Dan Quinn was coaching that game.
Dan really had the team around up. And that's probably going to take us to another point now is a coaching change.
Don't get me started again, please.
Mike McCarthy. And I get it, with the head coach, here's my thing. With the head coach, you're like the CEO of the team. You're putting in personnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to hire the right personnel. And you have to. One major aspect of the game is that you're in charge of is game management, clock management, right? Clock management. And that's one thing that he sucks at. Terrible at clock management. And granted, yesterday it wasn't a loss because of clock management. We weren't even in the game to even get close to start worrying about the clock. We were just worried about how quickly can we end this game and get out of here without getting even up. Because yesterday was a whole separate case. Okay, so let's leave that aside. Outside of that, just no motivation, no halftime adjustments. They went into halftime and came out shittier than they were in the first half.
He was on the side talking, making a freaking hey, yeah, this is what I think about the game. While we're down, dude, go out there and coach. On top of that, freaking Kellen Moore, what is he doing? What is he doing?
Kellen Moore's play call, sometimes I just don't understand what's going through his head. Zeke was averaging 5 yards per carry yesterday.
I don't understand why we weren't just
Our run game was working with him.
running the ball. Well, we're forcing passes.
It wasn't like the game was completely out of reach the entire game. Defense was doing work. Defense kept us in a game that we had no business being in.
Your boy.
My boy Micah was killing it. Tom Brady was pissed yesterday, yelling at his line.
He's still seeing Micah in his nightmares.
Oh yeah, he woke up last night and yelled at
Micah.
Sure. But before we move on from that cheap shot from Lenny. And he's bragging about it right now. Come on. You're gonna hit a man when he's not looking and then brag about that. That's a sucker punch right there.
Classic Lenny.
That just because Micah was frustrated with that doesn't mean he had cheat. Come on. Anyway, defense did work. Even Diggs was doing great. I saw him bat down a couple of passes that were close to being completed for big games.
I mean, Tom went the whole first half without scoring.
He did, yeah. I mean, the entire game almost, except for that
one.
In the late second half.
Great touchdown. Great touchdown.
Anyway, just one touchdown the entire game. With all the weapons that the Bucs offense has. That's impressive. That defense really kept us in that game.
Yep. It would have been much worse.
No business being in the game. And still the offense was not doing anything. 3 and outs, 4 and outs. And then, here's my favorite. Those damn penalties are back. What's this not an issue? It's hey,
new season, same penalties.
Penalized team in the league. How are we going to fix this? We're going to make it a focus. We're going to come back and we're going to make sure we avoid those things. And then what do?
Back at it again.
Back at it again. We had over 70 yards and penalties that we gave away.
I mean, we were watching the game tonight, the Seahawks Broncos game. So clean. Did you see one penalty? I don't think there was one penalty in the game, not that I can remember. I'm sure, but
Very few. We had 10 penalties for 73 yards. 10
The heck?
penalties for 73 yards versus the Bucs, who had 5 penalties for 25 yards.
if it's not injuries, it's penalties that's holding us back.
We didn't get in the red zone yesterday. We didn't even make it to the red zone
Why?
the entire game. That's embarrassing, man. Like,
Pain.
what are we doing about the wide receiver thing? Like, I get it.
The thing, Jerry's not going to do anything about it
But
unless he goes mid-season and pulls a move like he did that one year and got Amari. But I don't see something like that happening this year.
could be a reason why Dak was forcing a lot of those passes was because the wide receivers were not making separation. They weren't creating separation.
Yep.
But there were also like a couple of passes where I did see people being wide open and Dak just rushing it out somewhere else where he shouldn't. Instead of letting the play develop when he has time to. I don't get it. I don't know what was going through his head. Maybe it's just jitters.
Yep.
Not having played during
I don't know.
preseason
That's excuses.
But
Jitters.
for a guy who's done it before and not doing it now. That's the only
Did
thing
you
that
not
makes sense.
see that?
If he can't play at all, if he's never been a player at all, then I would say, okay, this guy.
Did you not see the stat yesterday after Rodgers, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott is the third quarterback that's been with the team for the longest, seven seasons now?
Yeah.
So please tell me where these jitters are coming from. There's no jitters.
But also, Dak Prescott statistically is ranking amongst.
If you are going to be America's team's quarterback, then there's no space and time for jitters.
See, now here's the thing: we haven't had the type of success to be able to say, "Oh, if you're a team quarterback, you can't have to."
No, I'm still saying that. I'm being that fan.
To be that cocky. We do need consistency. I'm with you. We need consistency, especially when you've been in the league for this long. You got to be consistent. You got to come to game day ready to play. Hell, Tom Brady took 11 days off in the offseason, still came back and looked like.
Because that's Tom Brady. That's Tom Brady.
He has like 40 years of experience of playing in the NFL too, but he was ready to go. A lot of the other quarterbacks did not play in preseason either. Most of them were ready to go. It was a very defensive day yesterday and crazy with special teams and missed field goals. Like,
how many people missed kick?
Record number of missed field goals yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't
So like all the kickers
going on.
curse.
Did they all get together with like, hey, let's just like fuck this shit up?
Time missing, you miss it too.
It'll be fun to make a record. And then 2 kickers went perfect on that day. They're getting beat up in the next kickers meeting. I don't know where to start with this. I really don't know. Do we just is it a lost season?
Easy.
Is it a lost season? Do we just
fire everyone?
lose everything and just get a good top 10, top 5 pick next year?
No, because Jerry's not going to do that.
And he shouldn't. Listen, we've gone through these seasons before. We lose Dak.
And what happens? What happens?
On dum-dums to back them up, and we lose the entire season, and it's a waste. And we have talent that
We don't even take advantage of the waste.
we have Dak coming back by week 8.
You know how much time is going to pass by then?
We can still save the season. That's what I'm saying. So if we get a quarterback right now to save us and win us at least 4 games, right? Dak comes back.
Wait, well, hold on. What did you just say? If we get a quarterback right now. Do you think Jerry Jones is going to go out and get a quarterback right now? No. You know he's depending on Cooper Rush, and he's going to think Cooper Rush is our Lord and Savior.
Yes, he's probably going to go out to this next game and see how. Let's see how.
We're going to wait till week 6.
And 1 game. Let's see how he does. And we're probably going to end up losing this game. Which, by the way, the 2 of us are going to the game this weekend. believe it or not, I have not seen the Cowboys play in Dallas yet. Just in the old stadium. The new stadium I have not gone yet. I know it's embarrassing.
You get to watch Cooper Rush.
I know. And I get to watch Cooper Rush play against the reigning AFC champions. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. But the good thing here is our defense can keep up with their offense. Okay, that's the good part. Now it's just up to our offense to do what they gotta do. And maybe this is a blessing in a disguise.
Please tell me what the blessing is.
That Kellen Moore will start running the ball more and get in a habit of handing it off rather than doing all these damn plays.
To see, that's what Dan Quinn was doing when Cooper Rush was equipped. We were playing conservative. We were running the ball more. That's what won us the game.
Do what works. Stick with what works. If it's working, don't go away from it.
See, but that's the thing. That's the thing. Like the first quarter, what was Kellen Moore doing? Like all these like trick passes and like, why? We're up 3-0. We're not down like 30 points in the fourth quarter. Like, what's the need of all that? Just stick to the basics. Run the ball down the field. You have Zeke. You have Tony Pollard. Both of these guys are super explosive. Like, you don't need to be extra.
Right. By the way, yesterday was Dan Quinn's birthday as well.
Quinn for the win.
But the defense made him look good, but the rest of the team got him an L for his birthday. Hey, but
Quinn's great.
So we're getting Jason Peters back into the mix soon. I don't know when, maybe week 3 he'll be ready. I don't know if they rush him in and try to get him in next week. Hopefully they do, because we need all that we can get.
Yep.
Jason Peters gets in. We have that help on the offensive line, which we need. Thomas Smith did a pretty good job. I do remember they were showing the highlights of him doing a great job, and right then he gets a false start. Like, well, we had you set up. We did have to do that now. So we have help coming in there. When is Washington getting back?
The Commanders.
Huh?
The Commanders.
No. But no, I'm not talking about George Washington.
I'm pretty sure he's gone too.
Yeah. James Washington was not talking about. I don't see. He's on IR right now. Expected to.
Week 8, probably.
You've seen without his boot walking last week. I think a couple of weeks. Week 5. Okay, so we can expect him to come back in week 5. Gallup is coming back, I think, week 4 or 2?
Yeah, he's going to come back with his suitcases. What did I miss?
One play Sunday. Hey, yeah, Gallup's coming back against the Bengals this weekend.
At least you'll see him.
So we got Gallup back. We'll get James Washington back in week 5. They're still coming in. And then just gearing up for a late season rally to get into the playoffs.
I just wish we had everyone healthy for the Rams.
For the Rams.
Yeah.
What are we playing the Rams? What week?
Week 4, I think. Week 3 or 4.
Why?
Maybe week 5. Because. Why not?
I just need them to win the division now, right now. That's what I'm mostly worried.
Well, everyone in the division has won.
We're playing the Giants in week 3, and the Commanders in week 4.
Oh, so it's week 5.
Week 6, we play the Eagles.
So we're actually looking very good this year. You will never hear me say this again.
Well, if that gets back by week 8 we play Chicago, and we have one bye week. So
we don't know when exactly he's going to be back.
He just had the surgery done today.
Yeah, it says week 6 to 8. So he earliest could be week 6.
Expect the worst. 8.
It's true.
Right.
I should know better.
And then he has another bye week after that. So he has time to rest up a little more. Try it out, rest up after that. And then we have the damn Packers in Green Bay. Luckily, they suck this year. So hopefully he stays that way. But that man, Aaron, can't be trusted to just shut up and go.
Sure, boy.
The toughest game on our schedule right now, honestly, I think is going to be the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I think
They're
that's
looking
going to
good.
be the toughest game that we have. And I just hope we don't get embarrassed there. But everybody else, man, like the Colts are looking better.
You realize this is the Cowboys, so we're gonna struggle against teams like the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean they also did win the game yesterday. Granted, it was against the Jaguars.
Everyone won the game in the division
Yeah.
besides us.
Dude, Houston has gotten better. I hope that Jaguars game is a gimme.
I hope so.
Tennessee
If they
game,
play like they
that's
played
it.
Sunday,
There's a chance that we come back. There's a chance that we come back and do better.
thank goodness for that extra game in the season.
Yeah. There's a chance.
Hmm.
So you're saying there's a chance. If Dak gets back by week 6, it'll be ideal. We go just 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks without him. And those, we have to just win maybe 2 games, which the Giants and
If we
Redskins
can,
games, we can maybe rally to get that.
if we can make Dan Quinn as interim head coach again,
This year's going to be the last year for Mike McCarthy. If he doesn't,
You're
take us to the
wishful.
championship. If we make a deep run in the playoffs, expect him to stick around.
mark
at least 2 more years.
mark my words. Regardless of what happens, Jerry will still keep him.
I don't think so. I think it's this year. It's put up or shut up. It's time. Because here's the thing: you can get rid of him last year because he had 1 year of just without Dak. Right? You can't do anything.
You can get rid of
You
him.
can't really measure anything on that. And last year we had the 3rd best record in the league.
But what happened?
Regardless, we had the 3rd best record. You can't just fire a head coach because in his first full year with your starting quarterback, you have the 3rd best record.
Yeah,
That's
but-
not fireable.
It's fireable when you want to win, and Jerry wants to
You
win.
don't get a good head coach with that mentality. No coach will want to come and coach for you if you can take your team to the playoffs and you fire them then. Nobody would be
When you
"Hey,
have Sean Payne waiting,
job security looks good here." See, you're talking like this delusional.
how is this delusional? I want to win too. Do you not want to win?
When you have the 3rd best record, you think that's a fireable thing immediately, or you need to see more? It's like, okay, you know what? You did good this year, but you didn't get us to the playoffs. I'm going to give you 1 more year. Show me what you got because I'm setting you up with everything, which he doesn't have himself either. He doesn't have all the wide receivers. We got rid of the best receiver that we had on the team.
See, this was you with Jason Garrett too. This was you with Jason Garrett.
I gave him a lot more time than I needed to. I'm not doing that with this guy. I'm giving him like 2 years to show. Jason Garrett, I gave him like 5.
All right, we'll have this conversation 5 years down the road.
It ended up being 10.
Sure.
Anyway, but no, it made complete sense to keep him. We'll see at the end of this year what happens with our team, and if it's nothing that results in multiple playoff wins, he's gone, or he should be gone. But
We'll see.
Jerry is unpredictable sometimes. Like I just don't know. What I need him to do right now is I need him to go out and make some free agency moves. I need him to pick up some good, solid backup quarterback. Bring Fitzmagic out of the retirement. Bring him out of retirement.
I'd rather have Cam Newton.
It's great too, but
He's cheap.
I need just a couple games of Fitzmagic.
You just want his aura.
Beard to beard. I don't know how I feel about Minshew either.
No, God, no, please. I'd rather have Brendan Minshew. Please,
I'm
no.
curious to see how Will Greer does too. in a game with starters. He did pretty good, he did decent in the preseason. That's your boy from UF though. But UF quarterbacks do not.
Whoa. Let's not go there.
Tell me a great NFL quarterback from UF.
You know what I'm gonna say.
What, Rex Grossman, the guy who got there on the basis of his
But he won a Super
defense?
Bowl. But he won a Super Bowl.
He didn't win. They didn't win that year.
They did.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won a Super. Rex Grossman has won a Super Bowl, dude.
Oh, did the Bears end up winning that year?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah, type away. This is a casting call for co-host. Yeah, we had 27 minutes. We need to cut this.
He played.
We need to cut this.
Yeah, I'll cut this part.
No, but we're at 20 minutes. 27. This has gone way over 10 minutes. Dude, he's won a Super Bowl. Do you not remember this? I watched it in your room.
I don't think they ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Yes, they did. Just check Rex Grossman Super Bowl.
Bears to a 27-24 victory over Seattle. Okay.
See?
Yeah.
When was that? 2000? What year? 4?
6.
6. You were in college. I remember I watched it in your room.
Okay, here's the thing. Rex Grossman won that Super Bowl.
Tim
but it
Tebow
was
took
not
Tim
because he was
Tebow
great.
took his team to the playoffs.
Yeah, but it was not because of
Tim Tebow is a
Tim
saint.
Tebow's defense
Tim
kept him in the
Tebow is
game.
a saint.
And where is
And what's gonna happen? Will Greer's defense is gonna take
if
him.
Will Greer can make something happen and bring Jesus to help us win the game like Tim Tebow did, I'm all for it. Start that boy right now and let him play. Okay?
All I'm saying is it's great to be a Florida Gator.
Is it really? Dude, like I can listen.
When's the last time South Florida has a quarterback that took a team to the Super Bowl and won? Let me think.
Canadian League, we did.
Let me think.
In the Canadian League, we did.
Do they even play football?
Yeah, we do. So, well, right. All right. Anyway, listen. So we're going to the game this weekend. I'm expecting a big back out. We're most likely going to be losing this game,
Please no.
but I'm hoping for the best. Let's see what Cooper Rush can do. And Cooper Rush, may the force be with you. Win us this game.
Please.
Or I will jump over, run onto the field, and choke Mike McCarthy till his last breath. Actually, I'm gonna cut that out in case, I do end up doing that. It's gonna be premeditated.
Y'all heard this. I am not an accomplice.
I can't go through another year like we did for the what we've had 2 of these years in the last 4 years.
We've had 20 of these years.
No, just like the complete washed out season ones. Right?
Yes.
I mean, heartbreaks are like a normal thing for us Cowboys fans. Like I'm used to heartbreaks. Like I don't know what it's like to have.
It's just pain everywhere.
When? Oh my god, that's all dude. That hasn't happened in a long ass time. Like Budo was like 2 years old?
Bujo.
Yeah, you're Booge. I told everybody this in last time. This is her nickname, Budo. Booge.
Please God.
Oh, Bujo.
The first ever kind.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Wish us the best.
Yeah, hopeful Cowboy fans. But it's been a nice talk. See y'all next week. Hopefully it's better.
Yeah. Holla, we them boys. Holla, 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 we making noise. Holla, holla, we them boys.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.